Well, good morning, everyone. Hope you're well this morning. This is Don Preston, and this is my morning musings. As I've mentioned, an awful lot of people ask me, Don, you were raised as an amillennialist, and I even engaged in formal debates as an amillennialist against the dispensational world. But you were raised as an amillennialist, fifth generation. How in the world did you ever wind up becoming a full preterist, a pariah, an outcast, if you will? Well, it was quite a journey, and I'm trying to share some of that process with you. In the last musings, I pointed out that fresh out of seminary, a ladies' Bible class asked me to teach on Matthew 24:25, the Olivet Discourse, and I was terrified. My professors didn't have any good answers. I had read the commentaries. There were no good answers there. They were just all over the map. My own dad was confused about the Olivet Discourse. He used to go to verses 29 to 31 and say, well, here's the prediction of the coming of the Lord. But verse 34 said it was going to be in that generation, for crying out loud. And he would almost throw his hands up and say, I just don't know how to figure this out. And the traditional view in which I was raised divided the Olivet Discourse into two subjects, the fall of Jerusalem in AD 70, and then the, quote, end of the world. And I really didn't have any reason, I didn't think, at the time, as a young man, to challenge that. But when the ladies' Bible class asked me to teach on the Olivet Discourse, I said, okay, I will, but you got to give me a year to prepare myself. And in that year of preparation, it became just glaringly obvious to me that, the basic presuppositions that are brought to the interpretation of the Olivet Discourse are wrong. And so it became very clear to me that Matthew 24 and 25 was talking about one event, and that was the end of the age in AD 70. That was pretty shocking to me. But I presented the class, and at the end of the class, after about a year, I asked the ladies, what do you want me to teach now? Revelation. Well, I got to tell you, if I was frightened at the prospect of teaching the Olivet Discourse, I was horrified at the prospect of teaching the book of Revelation. My dad, oh my goodness, my dad just openly said, I don't have a clue what it says. And here's what my professor in seminary said on the very first day of class. All right? Very first day that we're there to hear about Revelation. Unfold the mystery of this book for us, okay? Our professor walked in and said, guys, I got to tell you something. I don't believe what I'm about to teach you. Of course, we're looking around going, well, if you don't know, how in the world are we supposed to know? But he said, I would not defend what I'm going to teach you in a public debate. I don't think it's valid. But he said, I don't have anything better. Well, long story short, my studies in the Olivet Discourse had revealed direct correspondence, of course, with the book of Revelation. I had begun to see that there was so much parallelism between the two. In tomorrow morning's musings, I will share with you some of the things that just blew my mind about the book of Revelation, what I had been taught, what I accepted without question. But I came to realize that, once again, the basic presuppositions with which everybody approached and approaches the book of Revelation, those basic presuppositions were just as false as they could be. So, in my next musings, and by the way, it may be Monday, this is Friday, and I'm going to try to take the weekend off. So, on Monday, I'll share with you my process, a little bit of the process, of how I came to change my views on Revelation. And, of course, I've got my thoughts in a book entitled, Who is This Babylon? I invite you to check that out. I think it will be enlightening to you. It's me sharing with you the evidence that has led me to apply the book of Revelation to the end of the age in AD 70. Hey, Thanks for joining me this morning. We'll see you Monday on Morning's Musings.